This week we read the portion Shemini, and we also have a special Torah reading that's added for Shabbat Parah. It is one of the special Shabbatot, one of the special Sabbaths as we prepare for the upcoming Passover holiday. Shabbat Parah is named that because of the special sacrifice described of a red heifer, a parah, that is supposed to be sacrificed as a way to become ritually purified after coming into contact with the dead. Instead of getting into all the details about that sacrifice itself, suffice it to say that it is a mysterious ritual in order to be purified from the dead. And it is curious also that this year Shabbat Parah coincides with the portion Shemini, in which we read about the tragic death and sudden death of two of Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu. So Aaron and his sons are preparing to begin the formal regular worship in the Mishkan, the portable sanctuary. The 7-day consecration ceremony has concluded, and the 8th day, Shemini, hence the name of the portion, has arrived, and now the Nadav and Avihu decide spontaneously to bring fire that was not commanded by God, and instantaneously they are struck dead. And at the same time, this Shabbat, we read this portion, Shabbat Parah, the maftir portion, describing the unusual ceremony for becoming purified after coming into contact with the dead. There is no appropriate explanation. There is no logical way to understand the reasoning behind these sacrifices. Part of the sacrificial system, and by extension the religious system, is such that we have to take a leap of faith. We just have to do certain things to be Jewish in order to reflect our faith and dedication to God. Certainly we want things to make sense, that there should be an ethical and moral imperative behind at serving as a foundation for our very religious lifestyle. But sometimes we have to do things, and we recognize that we do things that just don't make sense. Keeping kosher, which is also in this week's portion, the list of animals, birds, and fish that we can and cannot eat, have no logical, consistent way to explain why we do it, aside from the fact that God commanded us to do so that we be holy. How do we understand the deaths of Nadav and Avihu and this unusual ritual for becoming purified from contact with the dead? We can't explain it, just as we can't explain death. It is frightening, whether it happens after a long illness or whether it happens suddenly. Death is a frightening experience. And so we have the special reading to provide us with a framework to place that fear of death within a ritual framework, so that we as a community have a way to confront our fears within a ritual context, and hopefully that way maintain our faith as we confront crisis in our lives. Shabbat Shalom.